Hi, and welcome to the Declan, Luca, and Orange Show on 92.1. I'm your host, Luca DeLosta, alongside.
Declan A. Hello.
And Aran Kavakian.
And today we're talking about the MLB trade deadline. And first off, why don't we start with the Juan Soto trade to the Padres? Declan, what are your thoughts on this trade?
Well, there were some rumblings just a few minutes ago that Eric Hosmer was going to hold up the deal, but now he is not part of the deal anymore, and the trade will become official soon. But I honestly think that the Nationals won this trade because they got two of the Padres' best prospects in C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore, and that's not even scratching the surface. I definitely think that Washington won this trade, and there'll be a lot. And I definitely do not like this deal for the Padres because they basically gave up virtually their entire future for a guy who's going to be a free agent and test the market in a few years. So I don't like this deal for the Padres, but I love this deal for the Nationals.
And you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm with Declan here. I mean, I don't think it's a great idea to give up your entire farm system for one guy that, like you mentioned, is going to hit free agency in 2.5 years. But also, you have to consider the fact that they could also extend Juan Soto if they have the money for it, and if they want to contend for a World Series, I could definitely see them doing that. But I see the National. I think the Padres still win the trade because, I mean, when you get a player like Juan Soto, you're going to win any trade. But the Nationals got a lot back, and I think they're in good shape to rebuild for the future. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the trade.
And it definitely seems like the Padres are going for a win-now situation, also getting Josh Bell, first baseman for the Nationals, out of that trade, who's an outstanding first baseman, at least this year. But another trade that happened yesterday was Josh Hader from the Milwaukee Brewers going to the Padres as well. So what are your thoughts on that trade?
Well, I also think it's another deal that the Padres lost, and I'll give you some good reasons why. Hader has not been doing that well at all this year, especially the past few weeks. And Brewers still have Devin Williams, who's still a pretty good reliever as well. But Brewers also got a bunch of good prospects from San Diego as well, and and they also got the Padres basically traded Taylor Rogers, who also has not been doing that well recently, for someone else who has also not been doing that well recently. And do I think that right now, I think right now Taylor Rogers and Hader are kind of on the same page because they just haven't been that consistent at all this year, and I think it'll definitely come back to bite San Diego in the in the future.
And you, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm also in agreement with Declan on this one. I mean, Hader has been solid for Milwaukee, but he hasn't been that good at all this year, and they got a guy in Devin Williams who can definitely step up and fill that hole for them. I mean, it's a good move by the Padres, but I also think that Hader hasn't been that good, so it's not a big loss for Milwaukee at all.
Those are some great thoughts, and if you guys have any thoughts to tune in to in our conversation, call 424-333-9213.
It's 424-434-9440.
And it actually seems like right now we're getting a call right now. And what's your name?
Hi, I'm Jack Granite, and I was just on my way to work, and I could not believe the audacity that you guys have to say that the Padres lost this trade by getting Juan Soto. I mean, Juan Soto is just a proven winner. He's a great baseball player. He has just proved to everyone his ability, and on top of that, they got Josh Bell. I mean, how can you even rule this out? Now the Padres are serious World Series contenders, and you think they still lost? Come on.
Well, the reason I said that they lost was because they basically sold their entire future, their entire farm system, most specifically their two top prospects in C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore. So I just think I just don't know if it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, Soto is one of the best players in the league by far, but I just don't know if it's worth it, to give up your entire farm for a guy who will probably be going elsewhere in like 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I see what Declan's point is, and I said that they won the trade actually, but also you don't know by, giving up that many guys and risking your entire future for one guy. So, but I still think the Padres won the trade.
All right, those are some great thoughts, and thank you for tuning in. That will do it for now. We'll see you guys after the commercial break. It's been the Declan, Luca, and Orange Show on 92.1.